Do you want to start feeling more in control when anxiety shows up in your life, but you feel you don't know where or how to start, or you don't have the time for a self-help overhaul? Here's something you can try for 5 minutes each day for a week using just these two things that will make a huge difference. A big factor in why we feel anxiety is because we get caught in the sense that our thoughts are who we are, or are entirely accurate or representative of our life. For example, we receive an email that has a slightly critical tone, and we feel crushed to the point that we start doubting our ability to make our career a success. Or we break our diets in some small way, and we lose ourselves in the thought that we're ill-disciplined or we're just incapable of ever changing those habits. A powerful way to break this automatic thought cycle is to create a space between an action and having a thought and a cycle of behaviors. And I believe the best way to do that is to practice seeing our thoughts as something separate to ourselves. It's just something that our mind does, rather than being the things that actually define who we are. What do I mean by that? Well, here's how you can practice. I want you to grab a notepad and a pen, and at the end of each day for the next week, I want you to write down 3 thoughts that you had during the day. It's as simple as that. It doesn't really matter what those thoughts are. They can be big or they can be small. And then write them down in this very specific way. So I've just finished writing, I had the thought that start, and I've done that 3 times. And I want you to do the same thing right now. Think about it at the end of your day. Take no more than 1 minute, 90 seconds max, and just write down 3 thoughts that you can remember from the day. I'm going to give it a go. Right, so here are the 3 that I've captured. I had the thought that my handwriting is shocking, as you can see. I had the thought that this video will probably bomb. And I had the thought that my hockey scratches are probably showing on my hand. Now that's just an example of I just wrote down the thoughts that I had, but yours might sound different, and mine often do as well. Sometimes they sound like I had the thought that I'm not good enough in my job, or I had the thought that my colleague says things in a very boring monotone, or I had the thought that I'm hungry. Then I want you to just place those thoughts on a surface 1 meter away from you. And then, as much as possible, I want you to just try not to judge them or pass comment on them. I simply want to find myself just observing those thoughts. Now, you may find your mind wondering at this point as you read back one of the thoughts, and it might start getting judgmental or telling you harsh things. And if that happens, just say to yourself, right now, I'm just watching my thoughts. Because while you're doing this, you're literally training yourself to see your thoughts as something that's set outside of you. And getting good at this skill can help you to dramatically improve your ability to insert the critical pause that stops automatic behavior loops from hooking us. And it's that skill that can improve just your overall sense of psychological well-being. Try it for a week today and let me know how you get on.